So this will break the conditioned way that you use your awareness, so that you are more likely and in a much better place to actually recognize oneness and self-realize, or see the true nature of this world is, what the true nature of consciousness is. So, what exactly is the conditioned way first? Let us discuss about that. So the conditioned way of seeing reality is actually having your focus only on your mind and only on your body. So even in spiritual practice, a lot of times what we do is we try to put our attention on our thoughts so that we are mindful of them and we don't get lost in the stream of thoughts. And the second place that we put our attention in is in our body. In our body, right? So I'm here, I'm sitting in this position, I'm standing in this position, I'm feeling this here, I'm feeling that here. So this is a conditioned way of really using our attention. So the conditioned way is putting our attention in your mind and in your body. So what exactly this does is it reinforces the idea that there is only this mind and body. The more that you put your attention in your mind and body, the more you tell yourself that you are this, that you cannot be something outside of your mind and body. The practice that I'm suggesting you guys is actually putting your attention outside of your body, okay? So I see my room here, I see the camera in front of me, I see this wall here, okay? So what the practice suggests is that you put your attention not only in your mind and body, include them in your attention, but also be aware of your environment. Okay? What this will do is that it will break the conditioned way your attention is set up in your mind and body, and it will give your awareness a chance to realize that you are something outside the body. What happens when you always put your attention in your mind and in your body is that you're always telling your mind and body, you're always telling your consciousness that you are this. But when you focus on something outside of your body, okay, so when you put your attention outside your mind and your body, you're actually not reinforcing that idea, you're not fixating your awareness on your mind and body, and what that tells your awareness is that maybe you're not just the mind and body. You get outside the fixation of being your mind and being your body, and with this practice, you don't actually need to feel that you are your environment. You just need to break the habit of feeling that you are this. And the more that you put your attention in here, the more you reinforce that idea that you are this. Okay? When you put your attention outside your body, when you listen to the sounds, when you listen, keep listening to the sound of the environment, when you actually focus your attention on the environment, on the sight, on the visual field, on the sounds, and on the sensations and the mind, what happens is the fixation that you have of being the mind and body is broken, and your attention is freed. Your attention is liberated, and you have this chance. Your consciousness is now free. It is not attached to something, okay? And when you actually free yourself from this attachment of being the mind and body, it is at that instance that you are in a much receptive place of actually understanding that you are something beyond the mind and body. Not just the mind and body, but something outside of it, something beyond it. Okay? This won't happen if you always keep your attention just here. So, I invite you guys to try this. I invite you guys to follow this practice of keeping your attention outside your mind and body as much as you can. So, always, whenever you are reminded of doing this practice, focus on what is in front of you. Focus on the sounds. This will break the cycle, this will break the fixation of your personal identity as well. When you step out of this fixation, the thought of being this mind and body is kind of subsided. The fixation and thoughts that you have of being this person is subsided. And you give your consciousness a chance to get out of this endless thought pattern and endless cycle of thinking that you are this, and give it a chance to actually feel that you are something outside. Okay? So that is the practice. Actually, this is something I realized within like some weeks of recognizing oneness. As soon as I recognized oneness, I was like, okay, the more I keep my attention here, the more I'm telling myself that this is what is going on. This is what I am. But if I actually want to be one with existence, I want to step out of this habitual thought patterns and habitual cycle of feeling that I am this, I am that, and actually putting my awareness outside and being in the place where there is no idea in my head that I am this or I am that. There is just free flow of attention. There is just free flow of experience. There is just experience. No thought of me being this, no thought of me being that. There is just this. And that is only possible when you step out of this fixation of being the mind and being the body. So, we do a lot of trauma work. We focus our attention on our body so that we heal the body, so that we can be aware of how our body is reacting, how our body gets triggered, how our emotional system, how our nervous system contracts, how our muscles get tense while it reacts to certain kind of situations as the world throws those situations onto us. And that is an amazing practice. But it will keep you in this cycle of feeling that you are only this mind and body. So, a better way to do this is actually always focusing on your existence, which is the first step, of three pillars, which is the first pillar of my three pillars of self-realization, which is first focus on your existence. I just told you focus on your environment. And it goes deeper, but on the surface level, just focus your attention on the world outside, okay? Your experience, the sounds, the visual field. Just open up your vision. Be aware of your peripheral vision. Take the whole visual field in. Okay, so I am here, and what I will try to be aware of while I do this practice is I will try to be aware of this whole room. I will be aware of the edges of my vision. Okay, the edges of my vision. I'll try to be aware of that. And then the second pillar is not believing in the personal story. And the third pillar is surrender. And I plan to make videos on that soon. But for now, this practice is going to help you a lot.